Okay, well, I guess I'm in Leviticus. What am I in? Leviticus 23 and 24, I guess. I don't know. Oh, if you wanna, look, if you wanna have see what I have to say about the Lincoln lawyer, that guy there, yeah, you're in the ballpark here. I just keep saying this stuff. Oh, real quick, sidebar. Remember that guy I mentioned? Uh, you remember that Tommy Rogan? No, it's not like Seth Rogen or Joe Rogan. The same spelling, I think. You know that guy from the Big Apple, born in the Big Apple, born again in the Mini Apple. Yeah, he used to have a house. Just in case you're curious, like you know how like that lawyer I'm talking about. He seems to kind of like my cousin, the guy who's a twin. In fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna introduce my cousin, Bobby. I think he would get along with that guy over there somewhere that away. Yeah, that guy he got 25 felonies and he likes to rob houses. They might get along. Uh, I've never done that. And I just remember how I had that friend Tony Levitt. Remember that guy? Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah. So like, it never crossed my mind. Well, I'll be honest. I never realized, but well, I really wasn't into Star Trek. Now, what's his name? The guy. What's with George Lucas? Hmm. I might. Hey, well, I might somehow know that guy and his, like his family or something like that. Okay, but yeah, I got ethics too, actually. So I'll just leave that at that. Okay. Um, because he never did it. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Cool. Remember, I got that gal up there. They paying her $500 a day to move wine. I keep asking her, "Hey, honey, what are they gonna ask her to do next, there, darling?" Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, uh, just another demonstration. Look, um, what is this here? Yeah, there's something there. What is that? Oh yeah. Um. Okay. You remember like Mr. Edward Anthony Edward Holt. He seems to get along with that. The 25-time felon. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a little more revenue or something. More consistent revenue. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask him. But he seems to be. Maybe the guy didn't like that. He don't ask questions and stuff, and he don't mind. I guess he spends a little. He had to. He spend a little time in the can here and there. I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I've never ever robbed anybody's house. Okay? Went in and burglarized. Okay? Ah, hey, I'm not saying, well, except for the 6 pack of beer. And we're not talking about like going in mom's purse and taking, like grabbing a weapon or something like that, maybe. Or like, I don't know, for example, like maybe, uh, you know, I don't, for example, if somebody, I don't know, if something was yours or somebody stole something from you, like remember that guy? Um, except what's his name got in big trouble for that. So I didn't do anything like that, especially not with any weapons. But I'm just saying, like, wouldn't you be like, and I'm not admitting to anything. I never did anything. I certainly never like broke in anybody's house or like removed anything from anybody's house. You remember like all that Star Trek equipment in Tony Levitt's, like it was everywhere. I mean, they had so much of it, they literally had to. I mean, they had it in every room. Like I thought I was just like, hey, I mean, I've been out to Bremerton and I seen hoarders. This was kind of like that, but it's more organized and it's all Star Trek. Okay, so it looks pretty normal, but it's a lot of it. Okay, and I'm guessing at the time I hadn't thought about it, right? I'm guessing it's probably worth quite a bit of money. If he hadn't sold it, I'd have no idea, but he had a lot of it. And so you say, well, Kemper, did it ever cross your mind, ever once, to remove any of this property from Mr. Levitt's house? No, never. You mean, well, did it ever cross your mind that this was any of this stuff was of value? No. Did it? So you never ever were interested. You said you never were interested in Star Trek and all that, and so it absolutely was never an idea that hey, maybe I ought to like, some of that's yours or you want something or no. Did you? And you never thought it was worth anything. You know, well, I just never thought of it. But now today, looking back, could be worth many, many, many thousands of dollars. You're guessing? Oh yeah. Um. Okay. Is there any other examples that you can? Yes. That guy Tommy Rogan. He was married to Tammy, and I can't remember his daughter. Now, um, she was pretty quiet, and I was actually kind of disappointed. When people like Tammy and because they were kind of we went to church. I was a little, I was like that. I was kind of sad. Uh, you just think of people that you go to church with, and you're like, that's Tommy Rogan, and he's been sober like maybe 20 years, not 50, but a while. He kind of got late to the party too, but he was a pretty nice guy. Remember how I said people don't do nothing for free? Remember that? Yeah, it's true. Just like whether it was, uh, hey, look, uh, remember how my dad gave him the job? Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But we went to church a lot, and it was probably God's will, right? So you said, well, so be yeah. So is there something about you said you had another example? Well, he had like this baseball collection in his basement that was probably worth like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, kind of like that Star Trek thing. Oh, this was very how would you describe it? Very elaborate. There was a lot, and it was pretty hard. I don't know. I only had looked at it, and so did you ever sleep over at this guy's house? Uh, uh, well, I'm pretty sure I did at least once, yes. And so you would have slept in the basement, right? Yes, because they were upstairs and his they had a younger daughter at that time, and I'm trying to think of what she wanted. It was interesting. She wanted to do something, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I was really sad because they lived in New Hope, and then everybody started. My uncle, remember Jonesy, the guy that's, remember Amarillo Slim wants to tell fishing jokes, and I don't even want to, I don't have time, but, we used the special locators, and I said Jonesy and had Shelly. Those were really nice times for me as I was in my younger 20s, and Seeing those people break up, because honestly, people like Shelley and Wayne, and then remember, you got Colton and them, and you just think what a perfect family because they didn't drink or they were in recovery, and you'd think like again Bob Walters, and you'd be like, well, there's no way if there's anybody that can make it forever, you would have thought Wayne Jones and Shelley. They had a really nice house, and he's kind of like my dad. He can do anything with carpentry, and he's really good. And he got like kind of like yeah, he got a lot of friends and all that kind of stuff. He's kind of like my step uncle or something. I guess you'd say he'd be old Eisenshank's uncle, right? Yeah. So no, cousin, something. Yeah. But you know how you think people like Tom Eisenshank and Jane. Yeah, I mean, you see them down take over Milton's Cafe. Remember that? Tom Eisenshank goes to North High School with Tom and all them. And you think, yeah, I mean, yeah, and they're still, you think forever. I mean, if when you think Jane and Tom, you think good kids. Yeah, yeah. And you're like, shit, you're like Shelley and Wayne. Yeah, okay, they used to drink, and he was, you remember them guys that kind of like them younger girls? Yeah, that seemed to be a theme. There seemed to be more out there, a few of them, other than just me. Just saying. Oh, Wayne, he happened to I think he was a little bit older than her, but boy, he loved her. That's right. And they were together for so long, and you would see them together, and you could just like, and that was one couple. And I spent a lot of time at Christmas, with remember all of them. And you think they're gonna be together forever. I'm always gonna be able to go and talk to Wayne and Shelley and see Colton and them. And they built that house there in New Hope. Really, I mean, come on, in that neighborhood. Remember that down from that Bobby guy who got, yeah, he worked. And then they move up to Maple Lake, and remember, everybody built a really beautiful house out there, and I would go out there, play on the ice hockey with Colton. Yeah, me, Colton. Colton, now he's popular. Yeah, well, he knows. He's kind of like that, yeah. And I'm thinking, yeah. So remember that, and then Shelley go up north with her mom to go back to the chemicals at the school, and I saw him one time out there when Cassie at her graduation said, "I wish I always wanted them to stay together." It doesn't give you. It's like if those kind of people who stay, in recovery and stuff. And same thing with like a Tommy Rogan and a Tammy Rogan. It's hard to have hope when people like that break up. Makes you sad. I mean, she was, yeah. Everybody said, hey, yo, that Tammy there, she kind of quiet, little different. But hey, she went to the church, and I mean, I don't know. She was pretty quiet, unless she was like going crazy or something. When everybody left and getting butcher knives out and chasing people around, she seemed like, yeah, okay, she a little quiet. She don't like to talk to people because she got this here Bible, and she think you weird, and she just wants to talk to God and her take care of her little girl and be a housewife. And you're thinking, how in the world could they possibly get a divorce? Yeah, so remember bishops? Ask them. Oh, you remember half the kingdom? What's her name? I forget her name, but she was is it okay to say Mulatto? I forget her name. And oh yeah, So they knew I kind of thought she was maybe kind of cute. And so we'd have Bible studies over at Tom Rogan's house, and they would remember Bishop Williams' niece or something. And they would bring her over there. Let me have a little look see there, here and there, a little like, yeah, like that. And so I'd spend a little time at his house. We'd go to church, and I probably spent in his basement. And you said, wow, big deal. Well, you know that baseball collection that it was like all over his basement. It was like $100,000. I would, a lot of money. Okay, remember that? You said, why do you keep telling everybody secrets? Well, again, it corroborates my honesty, proves that I'm not a thief. And there was a guy that stole some stuff, and I don't know if Tommy ever, because he did get a little funny, and I just want to make sure. Remember how I didn't take my mama's ring, and she was worried? And I got that narrowed down to about 2 people. Well, remember them? And then there's some other people. Yeah, I would be quiet about that because you can't. Well, I could always look at the secret cameras I had up, but you know what I mean? Remember, I was into security at a real young age. So you say, well, tell us more about Tommy Rogan's that blue house next to the school. Did you ever get any tendencies? Because with all this weird stuff, they've been kind of watching you back then. Did you ever get any strange tendencies while you were at Tom Rogan's house? Did you own a pair of binoculars back then? No. Did you ever do anything weird? Because you said it was next to a school, and you spent quite a bit of time there. Were you overly interested in like watching the school or anybody? No. Did you ever think about any, because there was a playground and all? Did you ever think of any of that? Well, no, really. I would go over to Tommy's house and we'd have Bible studies, and I would say I probably went over there probably a good dozen times. I would say probably if they're stopping by to say maybe a little more between Bible studies, stop over. But that doesn't count like just picking them up to go somewhere or you know, uh, maybe stopping by. I don't know, quite a few times. And so I think I probably spent the night once or twice for sure, because obviously But he had this one guy that you remember that New Hope, and he had this blue truck with a topper. He was kind of a younger guy, kind of heavy set. I don't know where he came from. I think actually he was somewhere down in Albert Lee, I want to say. He was from there, and he was up here going to treatment somewhere. I have no idea. And then he ended up at New Hope, and Tommy took him under his wing, and he was actually living with Tommy, I guess. And he was hanging out playing cards. This was back at the old yellow house, obviously. Seemed like an all right guy, and we hung out a little bit. I can't remember if he had this nice little he had a pretty good little pickup truck with I don't know. I think we might have went out to the casino once or twice or so. I don't know what we were doing, but I hung out with him for a little bit, and I had started knowing Tommy. And Tommy, like, if you remember, what was that place off of Winnetka that they had? There was a place over there. So is there any, yeah, so like Tommy back in the day, right? We'd get together, all the kids, all us, well, I don't know how young, there was a lot of us. We'd go play tag at the big apartment building there, the big brown ones. We had like 5, 6 of them, and it was right next to the outpatient. What was it? What was it called? I can't. I could look it up, but it's not material. It doesn't really matter. That was next to a kind of an outpatient. A lot of people that went. A lot of the younger people went to there. I think I was there at one point. Just the point is, we did a lot of different things like that, and Tommy was, he would hang, uh, not with his daughter or Tammy, but because they were always quiet. And so you said, well, what about these baseball cards? So I remember going over down into that basement, right? And actually, come to think of it, I don't know. I think that might have been the first time. Maybe I never did sleep over there because I'm feeling like that guy. I seen those baseball cards. I just want to make sure that Tommy doesn't ever think that I ever. Because later on, I think Tommy said something about that guy stealing some of those. And I just want Tommy Rogan to know, because maybe that's why he was a little funny, and then I wouldn't help him move. And he's thinking, well, maybe that, and it just dawned on me. And I swear, I didn't get that impression from that, but apparently he was doing it slow. He was taking some pretty expensive slowly, and so Tommy didn't notice it. And I don't know how many I ever ended up taking or whatever, but I think Tommy had made a comment to me about he was missing some cards, and he thought that guy. And he never accused me of anything, but I was hanging out with that guy a little bit, and we would stop over. And I just want Tommy to know that I never touched. I never took no card, no nothing. And he had, I mean, there was tables with. I mean, I have a few baseball cards, but the whole basement was okay. It'd be pretty tough unless you knew, like you could, yeah. But I didn't take nothing ever. And so you were in a lot of people's homes. These people in Minnetonka and Edina, and you had a lot of these rich friends too. And there would have been many opportunities for you to steal a lot of different things, and it never crossed your never. I just wasn't raised that way and never even thought of it ever. And I never took one baseball card from Tommy Rogan, and I never did had anything to do with breaking in my own home and stealing. And even if I had, I wouldn't even go that far if I guarantee it. Like, but I have an idea. Who I'm pretty sure because I had been on, you know, and I could always look at those cameras, right? Um, so I'm pretty sure what happened, and I didn't have anything to do with it. Remember, I was up snowmobiling, and yeah, I would never do that. Anything like that. Well, did you? But you said you did take. Sure. I would go. I had taken $10, $20 out of my mother's purse a few times. Sure. But I absolutely. But she would probably know, or I'd tell her. I mean, she's your mom. She knows. She's half the kingdom. She knows what's in her purse. Trust me. But as far as going in her bedroom and stealing her wedding or taking her wedding ring, which probably wasn't even worth it, was all sentimental. I would never do that to my mom ever, and I never had anything to do with that. I never took nothing from nobody ever. It maybe no, not like that. No, that one guy though, like he had my jacket on. Remember and how he had all that stuff in my pocket, or all he was taking all kind of stuff, and he ended up getting some stuff because he took the jacket off, but he already had stuff. He took some of my baseball card and stuff and different things. He stole from me, and then he went and did what he did. Remember that guy, Scabies, next sister, said the middle sister's boyfriend, whatever his name was. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't do any of that, and I don't know. But they broke up. That was always what is this? Um. Anyways, just something I had thought about because I had made that comment about not stealing from the Star Trek. My friend Tony, I'd spent many times at Tony's house because we played basketball, but it never just crossed my mind. He had a sister too. She was really nice. She was kind of heavy set, but she was really, really, I wasn't attracted to her, but she was really, really nice to me. And she was quite a bit older though, but she was nice, nice. Um, Not really my type, probably. But sort of made me think of the other there, because I mean, you ain't never seen more Star Trek, and you ain't never seen no more baseball cards in your life, unless you went to like a baseball card convention or like a Star Trek convention. So if you wanted to steal something, yeah, those would have been a couple times, I suppose. But I mean, I just wasn't that type of person. I just wanted people to know that. But I wanted Tommy because I always felt bad. Because then Tommy, I thought he was living up in the pines. Bad boy, the pine. He was a Centennial or something. That ain't actually too far because I always used to go over to the Metro Blaine gun club and shoot the trap and the skeet. Yeah, so if you ever wonder why that bow and the butter knives and I get a little emotional over my buddy with the bow and arrows, and yeah, that's why we like to go over there and do the trap and the skit. That's pretty tough to do with the yeah. So, but I always thought about, and then I call him. It keep happening, all you guys, you go back to try to, and he over in New York. New York, back in New York. So I guess interesting thing is you never know where you're gonna end up, and I guess it just surprises me so much. You go to church for so long. How do you? How do those people? How did Tammy Rogan and Tommy Rogan not stay married? Oh, it's just like wow. And I'm not racking on anybody. I'm just saying it's sad to think about all my friends and my family back that way, and it's like, is there any hope for mankind? If those kind of people to me, if they can't stay married, ain't nobody gonna stay married. And you don't know everybody's business, but come on. You don't drink and you don't figure you're that in love and you don't stay together and you go to church and yeah, you maybe you don't look like you're so but hey, you know, kind of like wow, you know what I mean? And so I guess, hey, if Tommy can end up in New York, I guess I can end up anywhere as long as you stay in. Yeah, I don't like that term recovery. Yeah, I like just I don't know abstinence. What is it? Teetotaler? They used to call them. Let's see, teetotaler. Oh, we got a comment from who? What is this? I have no idea. I don't know. Why does it smell like cigarettes again? I smell tobacco. It almost smells like cigarettes. Who is smoking? It better not be Smoking Joe. You know. Oh, Smoking Joe, he ain't got. Smoking Joe ain't got no business around here because you already know why. You know. What is that? Man. Yeah. Mommy. She smoked. Mama smoked. You'd be like, well, what what is that? And so very bizarre. Oh, I've lived here for 11 years, and not too long back, I smelled marijuana, and I kind of live. There's not much around here. Yeah, we're kind of protected back this way, except for that punk over there. He's dangerous. He's like that guy across the street from Gory's house, where we'd sit there and look at him, and go Grandpa and Gory, and they'd be like, "Yeah," and they'd have you thinking it's me, but actually it's that guy. I mean, you'd never know. You say, "Well, so the lawyer." Yeah, I mean, that's my review. I was honest. I told you he got me out of a lot of stuff, and I don't. I'll just leave it at that. I'll report. You decide. I won't. I gave you. Hey, I posted his name, and there is his website. If you want to go to his website, check him out. That's your business. Um, I'm not. Hey, there was those 3 times, man. I mean, hey, and then there was that. I mean, you know, which is reasonable because on a first time, almost in Minnesota, unless uh, you're gonna get a 15218 on most stuff on a first time felony on stuff like that, unless you got a bunch of you gotta have like a really bad mad polar bear, and they're like, but if you're respectful, right? Um, so, but uh, yeah, but so you say, what's going on with this New Hope Alano? So apparently the right across the street was a building of some sort of, I forget, a guy donated the building. It was some kind of, it's actually pretty nice. So apparently they only have to pay the taxes each year or whatever, and the upkeep, and um I only been in there once or twice. It's been a while. They demolished that. The city came in and took it over. Yeah, but there's probably a lot of people around the world that went to a meeting there, came because, back in the 30, 40, 50, whatever it was. It was one of the first, actual club. I'm sure they were meeting in homes and stuff, but I'm sure there's people that were in town visiting or came to Minneapolis and like, hey, let's go up that. A lot of people knew about that place. And that guy up there, remember Melda? He actually built that. He helped with a hammer. Helped build that house. Not there anymore. So they got that across the way, and everything is gonna change, right? It's strange, and I was never part of it, so now it's kind of, I don't know. Might not. I probably don't even know anybody. I stopped up there one time, and there was a couple people that I knew, but I don't know. I guess if it's your thing to sit up and play cards and say a cuss word once in a while because you didn't get a right card or something, I don't know. That's what. Um. Yeah. But yeah, I had called Tommy and I'm like, wow. Like maybe a year or two later, he was gone. I was like, whoa. So I suppose if I ever get up, but I mean, unless Never Again calls me with us, say, hey, you want to go get some salad? I'm like, I'm probably not going to be up that way because it's really, really, I don't know. It's really expensive. You got like a lot of spoon, right? Really, really cold. And yeah, can you imagine? You ever see that movie, Escape from New York? If we had like a war or something, it's right on that thing they call the ocean or something pretty close. Can you imagine? Like they call it Zoo York. Can you imagine like them barrels? There's only like them bridges to. Oh my goodness! What if they like had no food and they shut the power grid? They got that EMP going. Wow, you know, man, would that be chaos, eh? They'd probably start eating each other. Oh, does that feel good? Oh gosh, that feels so good. Oh, I put some of that. I can feel it. Oh, I can feel the medicine. I can feel that medicine working. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, glory. Hallelujah. What's it to ya? Oh, shouldn't I? Look at that. Oh, goodness. Thank God. The same thing with this. It's like, I gotta figure out the right medicine to put on there. Everything. You know? You say, well, don't you think there's a common theme here, my daddy will say? Yeah, that's sort of undeniable, but there's a lot of those little tiny Timmies. And I'll tell you what, he's one little peckerwood. If you think I'm kind of mouthy, yeah, go talk to old Tiny Timmy. Oh boy, hey. So remember that? I ain't the only one. Okay, I don't got all that like old little Tiny Timmy there and all his buddies in the NHL and all that. But hey, you know what they say, more money, more problems, right? I don't know. Somebody made a comment. Oh goodness. Oh, thank God. Oh glory. I can feel that medicine working. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I mean, it's looking pretty good. Hopefully. Oh goodness. Oh, well, I mean, oh, oh, I know the other one. Uncommon Grounds. Remember that guy? Remember how? You know where all the rich kids from Edina, Minnetonka, Tonka Bay, all that way. Yeah. You know what they want to go to Uptown and yeah, Uptown in Minneapolis. Cause remember that? Cause they're rich and and so instead of dressing like normal preppy kids, some of them rich kids they do that alternative thing and look dress like homeless people, but they got all that in their pockets still, and they're like, let's all we so they got this place called Uncommon Grounds. It's still there. I'm sure it is. Cause I remember that black girl that I told you used to pick up for church. I took her there one time because I hadn't been there for about 15 years, and it was still there. That was 10 years ago. I don't know. I'm sure it's there. And I probably drank about, I don't know, 500 double, triple chocolate mochas with, yeah, like a whole bunch of them rich kids, like 50 times. I went in there. We used to go down there, you know, with remember that gal, Lexus Hughes? Oh, yeah, yeah. I used to go over there to her mom's there in Tonka Bay, and her mom, oh, real skinny, drive the Jaguar, the green one, the kind of old, the one like my daddy like. Yeah, that old style. Back before they could, I don't know what year was that. There became a time. where the Jaguar looks like a Toyota Camry. They all look the same. But you remember the old Jaguars? Yeah, I mean, you could tell it's a Jaguar. Oh yeah, my dad had one just like it out there in Cali. He had a couple, two, three of them actually. Looked just like Alexis's mom. I don't know. Oh, so what else did you do? Oh yeah, we stayed out on Big Island. Remember that? And went the blind guy. Her dad was his. I told you he was like the. Her mom rented a cabin on Big Island. You know Big Island? Can you believe that on Lake Minnetonka they used to actually have like a kind of a miniature valley fair? Yeah, they had like, and the only way out there is by you either swim. Well, in the summer you swim or you go in a boat. Or yeah, we went out there for like the whole summer, and she drove like this white. What was it? Some kind of. What was that car? Red or white? Yeah. And her dad was some kind of amateur, sort of maybe wrote a book or kind of sort of not. He was in recovery, but boy, he liked to smoke them cigarettes. I mean, one after another. And he had like one of those computers back then, and it was like, oh, I don't know if it was a Commodore. It wasn't. I don't know what it is. He had a beard. He was from Arizona. Yeah, I forgot his name. His first name. I'd think of it. And I was thinking, yep. And so, yeah, because I knew a bunch of her friends. I went to camp. I remember that at Sobriety to High. I mean, visit super duper millionaires. I went to the camp with them. So a couple of them came out there to stay, and we would small little cabin. Hmm. And then, oh, who was the blind guy? Was it the dad's cousin or brother or something? We had some blind guy came out and showed us how he had a water ski. We went water skiing with a blind guy. Hmm. Oh yeah. And her mom was this. He was. I wondered that, but he was an older guy. He liked him a little younger too, because he looked quite a bit older than that lady. Hmm. Yeah, and she was like the money boss or something like at some big outfit, like a big old building, like somewhere over there in Golden Valley, like a bank or something. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, we were pretty close friends, if you know what I mean. Hmm. Yeah, half the kingdom. There was that one. Oh, you should say, hey, where was your daddy? You know them snack bar girls, boy. I know you're a little hyper, but you better settle down on this one. Hey, yeah, like that. Remember, I kind of said something about that, maybe. Hmm. Hey, yeah, yeah. So we used to go to that Uncommon Grounds a lot. Hmm. She married that some guy named Hoopman. You went Alexis Hughes Hoopman. I guess she runs some kind of like what is it? I googled her one time, sent her an email. She didn't get back to me. Uh, like some kind of I don't know, some sort of like restaurant consulting type. Like we'll get you a job I'm not sure in the food industry of some sort. With two of her girls. Remember how I told you the future is female? You notice how there's like three gals? Used to be three. Now they taking over. Oh, you like that kind of thing? Yeah. All gals. I don't know. That was a few years ago. Then she had a kid with a guy named Jason Hoopman, I want to say, or something like that. Whoever that guy, some kind of business, something up there in Anoka, I guess. That's all I could see on the Facebook for a couple minutes. About 3 years ago. Yeah, that was my girl for a while. Yeah, that one. Yep. But see, it's experiences like that that make Amarillo Slim will be like, hey, what make you who you are? I tell you what, you don't need no daddy to after that. You lose one nice girl like Diddy. Oh boy, you don't. You talk about the hard knocks, eh? You say, oh, you're old enough to know better, and you're young enough to do it one last time, Grandpa. Yeah, you already know. Yep. Yeah. And you say, well, what about out? What you're making? Yeah. What about out? Yeah. You're leaving out all them other friends of yours. Well, I'm just being honest. You know how you when old Chad Miner's sister want you all day long, and you're gonna yuck at have it, and you're just like, honey, I mean, you're really not. You're good looking. You got all them friends there, and probably wouldn't hurt me if I was your kid. All these guys are going to that party. All of a sudden, if I probably get with y'all, they probably ask me to go to a couple. But see, I'm not that kind of guy, and I just ain't feeling that gay. But oh, Alexis, now come on. Hmm? Oh yeah, you gonna be like, hey, mama, hey, yeah, yeah. Oh boy, I like that one. That one there wasn't easy. That one was hard. Yeah, there was a couple of them, like two or three of them, like that one. The other one was that Carrie Plath, yeah. Oh boy, she ended up in, what was it, out there in Hawaii, yeah, geologist, I said that. Oh. Mm, man. So you mean it wasn't about that their families were kind of well off? Actually, it never crossed your mind because you was all around all of them. Remember that I had all them rich friends for a while. Well, not like super close, but like I mean, you're going to the coffee shop and eating with them, going to school and talking to them and hanging out with them everywhere for like, I don't know, a couple of years. And you're like, hey, what's up? And you're like, yeah. And you're like, you see that old Lexus. And you're like, yeah, half the kingdom. And then they get to the carry and you're like, half the kingdom. And then you're like, oh, dang, this one here, painful. Oh, all them other ones, sure. Well, oh, well, but you don't forget them two. Oh no. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. No way. You're like, you're like, you don't need your daddy to tell you screw them ones up. But hey, and you're like, I wonder if there ever was a little, maybe a little Lexus running around, or maybe a little Carrie running around somewhere. You never know. Oh, excuse me. I highly doubt it. They had this thing back then called abortion. Yeah, and they probably wouldn't have been afraid to do that. Just saying. So, you say, yeah. We're going to the Downs. Um, yeah. Next question, please. You say what? You say you're gonna leave out all them? There wasn't that many. Yeah. In terms of emotional, like attachment, like, and they were actually, I don't know. They were kind. I think they I think they both tried to at least, kind of, you know, we know this is gonna hurt Nicky boy, but we're putting this here a little cushion here a little bit for you, buddy. We're trying to make you not feel so bad. We already know because we have the kingdom, but we got to go. And here, boy, oh, you get there, yeah, we'll see you later. So they at least they were kind of nice, and you really, really loved them. Yeah. You're like, dang, yeah. So you're like, going to the Downs. Yeah. Uh, I suppose there could be a couple more stories I'd like to tell. Like if I knew there was a little gal or something running around. Because I get this feeling like there probably might be one or something like that. Very possible that they decided to not get an abortion. Maybe. So there could be. And oh well, you see how good looking I am, boy. I bet you she or he or she they looking pretty nice. Yeah. Ha ha. Oh yeah. We're going to the Downs. And you're like, cow. So yeah, but otherwise, I'm just like, because, most of them probably were disrespectful, anyways. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you were super duper cute. And, we did a lot of this and a little bit of that. And maybe a little hubba hubba or something. And, yeah. But like, if there wasn't no little one running around, like, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. Forget about it. But hey, if I had to, if you need me to explain something to you, you notice how did you notice I like to? I don't leave out a whole lot of detail when I get to talking about something, right? So I'm not afraid to be, if you need me to like explain something, I could do it. Uh, but I got a lot to do, and I already told you all these stories, so I'd rather not really, unless like there's like this little itty bitty little Nicky or like a Nicky boy, Nicky girl out there, and they're like, "Oh my daddy," well, I get to talking then. Otherwise, get to stepping. Yeah, okay. Otherwise, we ain't got much more to say. But hey, if you're like that little Nicky little girl, and you wanna hear from your daddy, I gotta tell you a story. So, yeah, okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, say, look at that. Oh, say, is she? You know what's her name? What's her name? You remember that girl? Where'd she go? She got a little makeup on. She a little gussied up. What's her name? Rachel Maddow. You know, see, there was a whole bunch of gals. Remember that? Remember that big white ball like that? Yeah. And that soft. Oh, you remember? Oh, them gals that were like the best in the world. Yeah, them ones. Oh, you watched this. A lot of them look like that there. But you didn't think of it. You mean you didn't really know, honest? How could you not know? Well, we didn't really talk about it. And maybe you finally kind of, when they look like they were about to join the Marines and they're kind of holding hands, I suppose you get to thinking, hey, well, maybe they, I don't know, because we didn't, my mama, we didn't really talk about it. You didn't talk about it in school, and you certainly didn't have any in where I grew up. Okay, and if you did, they was. I mean, you want to talk like a closet Packer fan? Yeah, you didn't know about it. No way, I didn't. Okay, but they might have been. I mean, hey, nothing new under the sun. But you say you really. I mean, how is it possible with all these reports that you could have like these violent tendencies to homosexuals reported by like secret doctor and them, and yet you're trying to convince us that you had a good time watching lesbians play softball? Yeah, like hundreds of times. I mean, it was pretty cool running around. I prefer them little balls a lot more, but them big balls is pretty fun. Running around getting them things, and then every once in a while, I'd be like, I'd be like, oh, you didn't see that one. I'm taking that one home. Yeah. And they had, see, now that became, right, you wouldn't get away with that. So you grew up, you say you watched the movie Roots, right? Yes. From that one that teacher, and you said that was your first year. Do you understand where that term spook come from? Well, I come to understand maybe like way after I stopped watching that softball. So I probably figured out, heard that term somewhere, and then I made that connection, and I'm like, I don't know about having that anything to do with that. But were you aware that they had them black uniforms and all that? Yeah, but like I said, there was all women, and it just didn't cross my mind. No. Um. So yeah. Um. Yeah. I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't think that where that. I think they started in Anoka, is what it was, right? They were from Anoka, and it came from that Halloween or something. Seriously, they were spook. I'm not even joking. That's all I remember. So, but yeah, HR wouldn't have none of that today, huh? Right? They'd be all over that one. hmm But you say, yeah. So there would probably be a couple of them still alive, I guess. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, we remember that guy and that little guy." And every time we was about ready to get a restraining order. I mean, we didn't like guys, and they just kept following us everywhere we were. They pop up, you know, every every tournament, every game. They, you know, they were there catching our balls, throwing them back over. That little kid was out there running around like a little maniac, catching them, throwing them back over the fence for them. hmm Yep. Um. Yeah. So it's pretty safe to say that outside of a what you probably are gonna probably never want to need to get retain an attorney for like eternity, right? Yep, that would be probably a safe bet. Um, because it was strange what not now we're talking about no, we're not talking about Mr. Ho anymore. I'm discussing somebody else. But there was a time when where did I what was it? No. Strange. And like I said, I mean, when you are a high caliber attorney such as Mr. Ho and your picture is plastered all over everywhere, I mean, he's not hurting for business. Let's put it that way. And, with all the people needing legal counsel, I'm sure that guy picks and he can really pick and choose his clients, right? He's not hurting. So yeah, but hopefully, like I said, yeah, we can just pray. And so, your dad is going to be like, well, son, is there any, yeah, I mean, you would think. And you say, well, did y'all see Rachel Maddow? See, she got a little bit of that makeup on, more. Huh? You know, I haven't seen her with makeup on ever. Hmm. What's she trying to do? Who she trying to convince and what of what? Because that's when they put the makeup on. That's what I figured out. When they trying to get somebody to like understand something, they go and get all gussied up like that, and that seemed to help them do a little convincing or something. I don't know. Yeah, it probably work. Hmm. So you say you got some of these gals, right? So you say you might have one of these little naked gals or naked boys running around out there. Yeah, that's very possible. And you say you would have something to do with them, or you like? Well, I took on a case by case. You say, hey, can your daddy help you? Can you be nice to your daddy? Hmm? See, because all that they told you about your daddy, uh, we're going to the dam. And you're like, huh, well, you're like, hey, and you're like, yeah, uh, but even if they were rude and you really the way, like, yeah, sure, because you might have been with some really pretty gals, but they were kind of snotty or mean, and not like that Alexis or that where they really try to, you know, cushion your fall so you wouldn't like go out and like listen to old secret doctrine and like maybe do anything, get all sad through away and stuff like that. You're right, exactly. It was like they were nice about it. Yeah, like yeah, I know. I really cared about you too, and like hey, but you know, we're kind of going different direction here. It was really fun, and I really like you, and you're really cute, and but we got to go our own ways, and just want you to know that I don't want to just leave and not be there again. I just want to say hi, and you know, we'll see you later. I love you, but well, take care. Stuff like that. Whereas you might have a different gay, right? A different gay friend. You're like, well, I don't care. It was see ya, and you're like, well, don't you think maybe what if she had one of them little Nickies or whatever, and you'd be like, well, you wouldn't want to talk to the mother, right, but you'd still talk to the bit, you keep, yeah, you know what I mean. You wouldn't, even though they would like, you wouldn't want to talk to one that like spit on you or tried to spit on you, but you might say, yeah, sure, you'd probably say, hey, come talk to your daddy. What you got to say? Sure, you probably do that. But then you have to say, hey, you see how serious your daddy is. He don't have a whole lot of time for much nonsense, kind of like probably like yourself, right? And you're like, well, can I help my daddy be a better person? Can my daddy help me be a better person? Can we do anything for society? Do we like each other? Can you tolerate my personality? Because I'm a little goofy. Yeah, we're going to the town. Like something like that. Yeah. Hmm. Sure. I mean, you never know how long anything gonna last, but you give it a hey, you got to at least say, hey, I give you a try. Hey, don't bring your well, hey, if I left your mama, it's kinda like my mama, like, hey Leslie, guess what? And I know Paul and I ain't got a whole lot. But if I left you, like if your name ain't like a couple of them I said, yeah, I trust me. I don't care what you're doing really. But if you're my baby, now hey, now that's a different story, right? Yeah. I mean, you got my blood. Yeah, yeah. So we got to talk about it a little bit, eh? Yeah, sure. So you've been like, hey, you've been like, well, you've been like, hey, you've been like, can you explain that a little bit more, Nicky boy? You've been like, what you mean? Well, like uh, about them guys. What you mean? Well, like, let me think about it for a moment. See, so what's about these two here? Like, you probably had a nice girl that maybe, well, it's the whole package, you know what I mean? Like, with the love and, like, how they was to you. Like, you probably got with a few gals that, I mean, hey, and if you go take a look at them two I said, oh, yeah, you're like, yeah, we know what you're talking about, huh? And you wonder why they didn't call you back. Yeah, you're like, right? So I know I don't mean the whole package. And Dutch is like, oh, he mean this, he mean that he only serving God for what he get. I bet Dutch is on the horn going looking him up. See, that's what I'm talking about. Nah, no, I'm saying like, I mean, you were like crazy in love with these, like when like you saw them and you're like, oh, like yeah, yeah, and they didn't take a restraining order out on you. No. Mm. And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. So you look at it like that, you're like, well, you look back and you go, yeah, you probably should have played that a lot of different, and you would have had a different outcome. And then, yeah, them's the ones you'll be like, yeah, that probably shouldn't be old Hoopman, man. It should be old Alexis, and Julene. Well, back then, see, it'd probably still be Dolheimer. Hey, it's like, a gal really like you. If your last name, look, is Humdinger or Daldinger or whatever, the whole Dolheimer or something, it's okay up there and okay they are. But can you think about that? Dollhanger, Hummer hanger, Humdinger or something, they like, if she still go out with you and you got your name, yeah, Humdinger or whatever, yeah, I mean, she kind of like you. So you're like, well, why would her name be like Alexis Doe? Because, well, if you stayed getting with her, you wouldn't have been out all at the dads like that, getting on them fights and getting mad at them. So you probably would have never changed your name, right? Because you was busy with half the kingdom most of the time. And she would have been out there probably visiting with you and should have kept you in line. Instead, once them two of them get together and get on the horn, they keep you in real close. Oh, they run tight ships and they're like, and all that fighting or whatever, all that fussing should have been like, hey, Connie, I can fix that. Come here. Quit arguing with them people on the internet. Come here to come to bed with mommy. And you'd be like, oh, forget that. You'd have probably forgot all about it, being even mad at your daddy. And next thing you know, oh, yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Right? Or how about Carrie Ann? Carrie Ann Plath, or Alexis Aaron Hughes. Ooh, who is Aaron? Who was Carrie? Carrie Ann Plath, ain't that? Oh, Plath Plating. Is it still there? I don't know. I should go down there and see if they give me a discount on nickel plating. I need to get a couple of nickel plated something, you know what I mean? Yeah, he sold it, I'm sure, a long time ago, and he probably moved out to, I'm gonna guess they moved out to Colorado. Because they like to go skiing out that way. And it's a little bit closer to Cary out there at the leper community. No, she's a geologist. Oh, guessing. I doubt they. I'm just guessing. I bet they did. Cause they was like, hey, you remember them, y'all? They coming in them boats, the pissed off with the boom now, the burning. Now they getting the burning it down in my business. We probably should sell that. Get out of here. Let's go up to the Colorado where we got now. We got that. Maybe, maybe not. Or it could be like old Phil Mickelson. I wonder how many houses he got like that. Maybe only that one. I'm thinking like, yeah, when he got them pretty girls like that, you'd probably just keep one house, keep better track of them, right? You don't want to let them get around, we keep them all at that small house there. Keep you track of them or something? No, you're like, this guy is crazy. No, coffee. So you're like, hey, yeah. So you're probably saying like if they because you're thinking about this now because you ain't never thought about it. You're thinking, could there be? Yeah, I don't think it would be any one from them too, because they were pretty feminist gals and their mothers. Pretty sure, hey, their mother, if the mother would have marched them down there and just suck that right out of there real quick. But there could be one or two of them, maybe one or two, maybe, that were like one show, maybe had the baby and got adopted, or maybe I don't know, maybe kept it. And they're like, yeah, remember that guy, your mom, your little wild man drinking all that beer? Yeah, we really like you and we love you, but we think you're nuts. So yeah, we're just gonna tell you about this here. We won't bother you with that money because you know what that old 25% gonna do to you. So hey, you're welcome, but guess what? Yeah. And you're like, well, you never thought about that. Oop, really? Hmm. So you say, what's going on at your daddy's? And you're thinking, I'm wondering. I guess he called, but I'm a little nervous to talk to daddy. I gotta be honest, cause you seen any of these videos lately? Yeah. Uh, he finally, I think, let me check. I think he finally called. Um, let's see. Oh, he did. He finally called. Did he leave a message? What area code is 708? Say, is that Tennessee again? Tell me that ain't. It is, ain't it? Who calling from Tennessee, boy? You calling? You got your boy on the who calling from Tennessee, dog? Only one I know. I wonder, does Sadie Robertson still live in Tennessee? Tennessee? I don't know. She live with that dancer gal, I guess. Or something. I ain't looked in 3 years because remember, I ain't in the market for a duck call. But yeah, she was part of my life. Yeah, you probably say so. Hey, if I hadn't done, you know what I mean, when they ask you to, hey, you see that there? Stop doing that. And you go, oh, okay. And then they go, yeah, if you do that again, yeah, you're probably gonna have to yeah, you ain't getting no duck call. And you remember that old Dr. Acton ain't got him around? Remember I said that? We'll find a new guy to talk to you. Which will make you got about 5 minutes. You wanna drive that semi down there? Hey, what's up, homie? But now I got somebody on, they calling me from Tennessee. Tennessee. I don't know nobody from Tennessee, dog. Nah. Okay? Uh, yeah. Yep. Nah. You saying Chin? Nope. If I don't know you, hey, I got text box. Hey, see, I'm smart. You look. You know what would happen? You know what would happen? See, if I call that back and that's like the polar bear, and then they said, look, and that's somebody. Nah, salad in hand, player. Yeah, we're about to get down. We're going to the dam. We're going up the pool and down the pool. This is funny, man. Watch this. Billy Crystal. Watch what's her name? Go up and down the pool. Billy, I like this one. Billy Crystal. He's a Jew, ain't he? He's a good Jew, right? He's a nice Jew guy. Billy Crystal, what's her name? Up and down the pool. We're going to the horse track. Where's it go? What did he call it? Esther? Billy Crystal taking Esther to the pool. Taking Esther to the pool and horse track. Nope. Where was that? Yellow Wolf? No. No, you ain't playing me, dog. No. See, that's the problem with analytics and the Communist Manifesto. All this here is designed. Everything on that TV, remember how they taught you about the flashes and all the music backwards? Yep. They messing with your mind, dog. You got we're talking about that weak mind. I mean, they got you tripping, player, for real. Oh yeah. They got guys like Secret Doctrine watching, and they literally creating stuff just because they messing with your mind, man. They wanna get rid of this. Believe that, homie. Oh, for real. Oh yeah. Yeah, they be like, you looking at the screen, they want to send a message. So they send like an email that'll say something. It's getting that bad, folks. I straight up. And then if I keep telling you, I don't care. They saying, looking at me certified, but we can get them on that. No, you can't. Not without the alcohol. Nah, you ain't getting nothing. God ain't gonna allow it. Cause it's 12:30. I'm tired, still drinking coffee because I ain't got to that, and I'm getting to talking again, and I got to go to bed. So you got to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt because I'm hungry and I'm about to eat some more food. What you gonna do with that, play y'all? Yeah, we're going to the downs. We're going to the downs. Oh. You know, when you say that, you ain't necessarily talking about San Luis Raiders. All right, maybe, you know what? Maybe I better tell a story. These are olives here. Hey, you know, olives, right? What does that have to do with Jesus? Mm, the Mount of Olives? What happened there? Mmm, they say that's really good. You wonder why my skin looks so nice for a 50-year-old guy? Get you some olives. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Mm. You got to be careful, Kim. Every once in a while, they got a pit in them. And you remember how you got that loud mouth you're running all the time? You're gonna have a hard time finding a dentist for a few more months, so you better be careful, boy. You don't want your tooth cracked, eh? Nope. Well, be careful then, because every once in a while they forget to pull that pit out of there. Okay? Mm, man. You say, I wish I knew what that sound was over there. You say, but you can't let nothing else. You know what I mean? It don't matter what they do. Remember? You got to stick to you because, right? Mhm. Is there any other gas that you can remember that? Yeah. Well, sure, but like I said, I mean, that you was crazy, crazy in love, like you would have walked out on Fifth Avenue and said, "What you want me to do, honey?" Not really. Well, not that I know him. No. And so maybe at the initially there was probably a couple, but then you notice they how they treat you and their personality, and you're like, hey, I ain't, get to stepping, yeah, yeah. Nope. That don't mean they wasn't fine, like fine women, but their personality, like maybe they was mean to me. But old Lexus and that old Cole, they tried to let old Nicky boy down real soft, didn't they? Oh, they was nice guys. Yeah, that was nice of them. Cause I'll bet you they didn't do that all the time. No. Mm-mm. They was like, get to stepping, boy. Not me. Who was that blind guy though? I forget. That would have been. That who was the blind guy? That would have had to been. Yeah, that would have had to been like her mother's something there. Brother, probably. Although, so you come to find out, hmm, yeah, No. Stay. Lay down. Yeah. See, I actually get concerned that I'm just not enough. Like I said, I mean, my biological father is basically he's if you didn't know otherwise, yeah. He's yeah, I don't want to talk about politics. I'm done with it. I'm tired of talking. You never did. Well, man, what can I talk about? What's there to talk about? I mean, 'cause really, you know how you know you got half the kingdom when you're sitting with her and you ain't gotta say nothing. You're just like, yeah, yeah, what's up, baby? Just got to sit with my, yeah, you're like, we don't even need to talk, girl. I'm just so glad, yeah. I'm just so glad, girl, I got you right, right, sitting with me. Ooh, yeah. You're like, then you know, right? Yeah. Hmm. You remember that? And you're like, yeah, girl. Hmm. Kind of remind you when them, you know how them Jews, remember I tell this story every once in a while. You know how you gotta, that's why they say they used to joke. You're like, mm. They got that, the Jews, right? Like they used to, they joke, they'd be like, hey, Orthodox Jews, right? When they have sex, they basically just, they have a sheet and they poke a hole in it and they don't really look at it. They just, because remember, intercourse is for procreation only, and according to fundamental Christian, Orthodox Christian, and Jews. Remember that? And you're thinking, are you serious? You heard that? I heard that a while back. You're right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You wouldn't understand that unless you've been around half the kingdom. You're like, keep talking. We're listening. You're like, she's so special. Like, you're like, hey, baby. Like, I ain't even, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. You're like, look, girl, I don't even need to touch you, baby. I need you within about 6 feet. But, other than that, hey, like, I just need you right there. Just get with right, yeah. You might understand if you ever get the half that kingdom, boy, and you're like, hmm. You mean you really only gotta touch her like if you want to make a baby? And I'm like, that's half the kingdom, dog. Like, You know what I'm saying? Then you know. So if you don't know, now you know. That's what I'm talking about. That's yeah. Yes, sir. You ever experienced that old naked ball? Oh yeah, one time. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, then you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna surrender to your love, girl. Yeah, that's why they call half the kingdom. You know how she kind of running everything. Yeah, you know, it ought to be a kind of a clue, right? When they go up to her and say, "Hey, what you need, girl? Up to half the kingdom. I got you." So, oh, hold on a moment. I know you just asked me, but you remember that other half the kingdom? Hang on, I got to go check with her before I make my decision. Oh, I see now. Okay. I was kind of wondering what you wanted, but hey, you don't get to arguing with no half the kingdom, dog. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And she like, then she go talk to that other half the kingdom. And she might know like a polar bear or something. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. You're like, well, hey, mommy, this guy here said I can get half the kingdom. You want some land, mommy? What you want? I got you. She's like, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. Yeah, now like sitting rain, right? Hmm. Remember? She got that guy like that polar bear, and she's like, how big? Right? She's like, well, forget him. Go get me that guy's head on a charger. We won't even ask Old Daddy what he wants. It's just us guys this time. You don't have to. Oh, really, mommy? Yep. Because I'm half the kingdom too, girl. Thanks for coming and talk to your mommy. Now go do what mommy say. Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, here I'm back now. Because you said you give me half the kingdom. I went and talked to my mommy. And she could have talked to whoever she wanted to and then kept going. But she said, we want that gas over there in their house. We want his head on a platter. Are you sure? Because he don't seem like that bad of a guy. Did I stutter? And he's like, well, since you asked and I said that and all these people here watching me. Okay, you got it, Garrett. Hold on. Yeah, like that. Yeah. All right. Leviticus chapter 23 and 24. Should I start a new one? Probably. What did we do here? Oh, half the kingdom's just like, oh, where's my song? Should I get it? Forget about me, there? Well, of course not. Should I? But you're like, who you talking to? Like, what you mean? Remember, I said I pray for my gal, because that's what the Bible said. So she probably out there thinking, yeah, that's my man. You know, which she might not be in that chair right there. Smooch, kiss her, maybe out yeah. Oh, but she's like, yeah, he's talking to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, half the kingdom. Yeah, sure, Grandpa. Okay. All right. See, I'm guessing it's gotta be. See, Daddy messing with me again, man. How can they get away with that? For real. How can they be that? And you wonder why I'm saying, hey, where these videos going, man? How could they possibly call my phone from a Tennessee area code if they didn't seize this here? And they're like, yeah, just keep watching. He'll indict himself on something eventually. If not, we'll just keep you know, what if he's just a really nice guy though? Then what are we gonna do, really, for real? If he don't end up being no phony dog, you're like, hey, read the Bible, boy, because you got to go to sleep. I don't even know if I can get to it now.